Alright barbers, so we're about to demonstrate the low skin fade. This is one of my most loyal clients. His name's Anthony. Been cutting his hair for about 8 years. Just want to show you guys some before and after shots before we get started. That way you can see how the finished product is going to look. For this haircut, the tools I'm going to be using are the Wall Seniors, Wall Magic Clip, and Wall Detailer Trimmer. Hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out on future tutorials. Alright, so let's get started. I'm going to take my Wall Seniors using my number 2 guard to create a number 2 guideline all the way around the head. The reason I'm beginning with this method first is because I want to clear out all the bulk and clean the area where I'm going to be setting my next 2 guidelines, which are going to be my skin line and zero guideline, which I'm going to show you in a minute. Now, I'm creating this number 2 guideline all the way around the head as you see here. I'm also taking my time with this process to assure that the guideline is created evenly. That's very, very important. Now, the next 2 guidelines I'm about to create are going to be the most crucial guidelines throughout this whole entire haircut. Alright, so now we're going to begin creating our next guideline, which is going to be the skin line, and we're going to be creating that with the Wall Detailer Trimmer. And as you can see, I'm creating this guideline on an angle as it drops down below the ear and approaching the back of the head. Again, I'm going to continue this process all the way around the head, making sure that the guideline is even and consistent. And that's the key right there, guys. You want to make sure every guideline you create is even and consistent all the way around the head, because the more even and consistent the guidelines are, the cleaner and more precise your fades are going to be. Alright, so we're finishing up this guideline now, and then we're going to be creating our next guideline. The next guideline is going to be the zero line, which I'm using my Wall Senior with the lever all the way open to create, and I'm creating this guideline about a ½ inch above the skin line, as you can see here. Again, it's the same process, guys. I'm creating it evenly and consistently all the way around the head, and I'm taking my time using multiple strokes to make sure I pick up any excess loose hairs, making the guidelines as clean as possible so they are set up properly to remove. Alright, so now I'm going to create another guideline at the top of the head along the parietal ridge, and this is going to be a number 5 guideline. So the reason I'm creating this guideline is so I can remove the bulk of the hair a lot easier, as you're going to see in a minute. Alright, now that that's created, I'm going to pop my number 4 guard on there, blending into the number 5, and I'm going to be working my way down clip by clip until I get down to that number 2 guideline that I created, so I can begin removing that. Blending my number 3 into the 4, moving my side lever from top, middle to bottom. Alright, now I'm going to pop my number 2 guard on there, blending into the number 3. This is allowing me to neatly remove that number 2 guideline that I've created earlier. Again, I'm moving my side lever from top, middle to bottom to work out that line. Alright, now that that number 2 guideline is removed, I'm going to switch over to my Wall Magic Clip using my 1½ guard to begin removing the zero guideline. This is where the blend begins to get a lot more tedious, as the contrast is going to be more noticeable, so in this case you really want to take your time when blending these last 2 guidelines out, removing them neat and evenly. This is just going to be a slow, gradual process. I'm now switching over to my number 1 guard, blending right into that 1.5, and you're going to now see the contrast really come together here. Using my 0 guard, now blending into the number 1, repeating the top, middle, bottom method with my side lever, and I'm also really utilizing the corners of my clipper as well to make sure I attack those dark spots. Alright, now I'm going to switch over to my wall detailer trimmer using my red half clip to soften the skin line so I can remove it a lot easier when I go back to my wall magic clip. Moving back to my wall magic clip, I'm going to begin removing the skin line using the natural blade itself, and I'm going to begin removing the skin line with my lever all the way closed as I slowly open it up, utilizing the corners of my clipper, blending it neatly and evenly. Alright, now I'm switching back to my wall detailer as I stretch and pull the skin to assure that all the stubble is removed as much as possible, making my fade appear a lot tighter and cleaner. Alright, now I'm switching back to the wall senior to begin removing that number 5 guideline that I created on the back of the head using my number 4 guard, working my way down to the number 2 guideline so I can remove that. Now I'm switching back to the wall magic clip using the 1.5 guard to begin removing the 0 guideline. Blending the number 1 into the 1.5. And then using my number 0 to blend into the number 1. Now I'm going to begin removing the skin line using the natural blade itself. And then we're going to finish off with the wall detailer trimmer as I stretch and pull the skin, making it nice and clean, nice and tight. Alright, now we're going to remove the rest of our guidelines on the left side of the head. I'm going to use my number 5 guard on my wall senior to begin removing this top bulk line. I'm going to take my time doing this as I utilize my wrist movement and continue to comb the hair down as I go against it. I'm now going to remove the next guideline using my number 3, and I'm going to just continue repeating the same steps that I did on the right side of the head on the left side of the head. I'm now switching back over to my wall magic clip to remove the 0 guideline, starting with my 1.5 guard. Now switching over to the number 1 guard to blend in the 1.5. Blending the number 0 guard into the number 1. Again, I'm going to really utilize those corners of the clipper. Now I'm going to switch back to my wall detailer trimmer using my red half clip to soften the skin line. Now we're going to finish removing this final line, which is going to complete our fade. Now we're going to use the natural blade itself to remove the rest of this skin line. Alright, now I'm going to show you guys how to create a nice sideline using my wall detailer trimmer. I'm going to start at the top and use the corner of my trimmer as I drag the blade down on the side of the head, creating the line, and then I'm going to switch it over as I tap and pull away, which is really going to enhance this appearance. I'm going to repeat the same exact process now on the left side of the head. Now moving on to the beard, I'm going to start at the back of it as I tap and pull away, creating that fine definition. Moving on to the top of the beard, I'm going to turn my trimmer upside down as I tap and pull away. Then I'm going to switch to my wall magic clip as I fade in the top of the beard, utilizing the corners of my clipper in order to do so. Now I'm just going to repeat the same exact process on the left side of the beard. Alright, now for the mustache, I'm going to lightly tap and pull away, and I'm going to do this gently so I don't irritate my client's lip. Alright, now we're going to create the line at the bottom of the beard, so I'm going to lay my client's head back and begin slowly tapping and pulling away with my trimmer as I create a nice, even, and consistent line going around the chin. Alright guys, so that wraps it up for this finished cut, which is the lowball fade. I really hope you guys enjoyed and found tons of value out of what I showed you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out on future tutorials, and I'll see you guys in the next video.